This is the Louie T Network. Hey, either you're outside or you're
in the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I am your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 11 in the National Football League. San Diego Superchargers taking on the Oakland Raiders. Old-fashioned AFC West family business. And these two teams are locking up. Last time these two teams met in Oakland at the O.co, Raiders almost got their first win of the season. So Raiders probably looking forward to this matchup. They feel like, hey, why not the Chargers? Why can't we beat this team? We came close last time. Why can't we get them? San Diego saying, hey, we're coming off the bye. We're getting some of our stuff back. We're getting Ryan Matthews back. We're getting a lot of the guys that we feel like can help us turn this thing around after this bye. We've had a chance to mentally recharge the battery. Let's go out and get it done. And let's start here with this 0-9 Raiders team. Let's not let them off the hook. Let's sweep these guys up and start getting back on our horse in this AFC West division. It's wide open. Denver dropped a game that no one expected them to against the Rams. All of a sudden now, Kansas City playing great football. If you win this game, you're only one game back of the lead in this division. So, huge matchup for this San Diego Chargers team. And for the Raiders, you just want to win. Just win, baby. Just win. So, every game is important for the Raiders at this point, trying to get off the schneid. So, first play of the game, fumble by the Raiders. Derek Carr looking to change the play in the 4 car, starts approaching the line of scrimmage. His center snaps the football, bounce off of his chest plate, hits the ground, recovered by the Chargers. That's what bad football teams do. I mean, can't start the game off any worse than that. And so, 2 plays later, Phillip Rivers takes full advantage of that turnover, 22 yards to Malcolm Floyd in the end zone, just like that. It's 7-0. San Diego Superchargers in this game. And who knew at the time that would be the only touchdown scored in this ball game? No one knew at the time, but hey, if you're going to score a touchdown, that's the best time to do it. Nice, fast, and early. So 7-0 Chargers in this game. Nice drive by the Raiders to kind of answer to that turnover. They felt bad about giving the Chargers a freebie there. So they drive down the field, settle for a 42-yard field goal, knock it home. It's 7-3. Now Chargers on top. With a short field after pinning the Raiders deep and forcing a punt, the Chargers get a 23-yard Nick Novak field goal to make it 10-3 in this game. And then they have an opportunity to extend the lead out to 10 right before the half. Nick Novak can't connect from 48 yards as the first half clock expires. And so we go to the halftime break. 10-3, Chargers up on top in this game. Despite a big Malcolm Floyd catch that would have put this Chargers offense inside the 5-yard line of the Oakland Raiders, it's negated by a King Dunlap holding penalty, so you bring it back. They still managed to get a 52-yard field goal from Nick Novak to extend the lead out to 10 at 13-3. And to me, the second half was a punter's duel. Literally, I've never seen a game, or at least haven't seen one of these in a long time, where the entire second half was essentially played in in your own territory, inside your own 10. I felt like the punters did a magnificent job on both sides. I thought Marquette King did a wonderful job of pinning the Chargers inside their own 10-yard line. That's not his specialty. He's getting better as a punter, but that's not something he specializes in. He specializes in bombs. And he actually did a really good job of giving his coverage unit a chance to get down there, down the football, inside the 5-yard line, keep Phillip Rivers and his offense pinned against their own goal line so that they can't come out and sling the football around. They got to be a little conservative, maybe run it and check it down. I thought the Raiders did a great job of not allowing the Chargers to pick up 2-3 first downs, give their punter some space to breathe, and give them an opportunity to flip the field position. They kept them pinned, and I thought the same thing could be said for the Chargers. I mean, Mike Cyphers, and he lives for this type of football game. I mean, you ask this guy to put it inside the 10, you ask this guy to put it inside the 5, no problem. What do you want it, coach? And so he did that with no problem, with ease. And the Raiders, this is a team that struggles as it is. You back them up against their own goal line. that's a recipe for disaster for the Raiders. So I thought the whole second half, for the most part, was played inside of each team's own territory the entire half, and that's why the point total was so low at 13-3. But the Chargers will take it any way they can get it. They hold on for a 13-3 victory. I thought that if you're the Raiders, you saw a couple of things that made you smile. You didn't get the W, but you did see Khalil Mack get his first sack. Wow! He actually hit the quarterback while he was still holding the football. That's huge for his mental makeup and his psyche. Good to see him finally get on the board there. And also, you saw Latavius Murray. I was impressed. That's the same guy I saw in the preseason versus the Vikings getting it done. And I said, I want to see more. Maybe we'll see more after he's actually done it in a regular season game. We'll see. I don't know why he hasn't been getting touches, but he looked good in this game. I expect him to see the football a little bit more on Thursday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. If you're the San Diego Chargers, look, you'll take the win any way you can get it. It wasn't pretty. You didn't score a lot of points. And I think where you're going wrong right now is you're not... Earlier in the season, everybody was getting the football. Keenan Allen was getting the football, especially Eddie Royal. Remember, he did this last year. Eddie Royal started out the season like hotcakes. I mean, this guy came off the scene first 2 weeks. I think he might have had 5 touchdowns combined in the first 2 games. And then Eddie Royal fell off a cliff last year. Same thing this year. Eddie Royal was a huge contributor early in the season when you were on that winning streak. All of a sudden, I forget at times that Eddie Royal is even a member of the San Diego Chargers. You need to start spreading the football around. Right now, it's either Malcolm Floyd or Gates or nobody. I haven't seen Ladarius Green get the football. I haven't seen anybody else other than Floyd and Tomes get the football. I need to see others get involved. I need to see Keenan Allen more. I need to see Eddie Royal more. I need to see Ladarius Green more. I need to see Phillip Rivers using all of his targets. If you can do that, I think this offense will get back to being explosive. That's going to do it for the Chargers and the Raiders. Raiders now 0-10. They got to find a way to get one. They got to. They got to get somebody. Let's see if it can happen on Thursday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs, as that's their last home divisional game. If you're going to win one in the division, probably going to happen at home. This is going to be your best opportunity. Better get it done. And for the Chargers, you're now 6-4 in the season. Way to get one on the board, but you're going to have to play better than this moving forward. If you think you're going to get back into this division and possibly make the postseason, you're going to have to play better than you did in this game to achieve that goal. That's going to do it for these two teams. I thank you for joining me here in the Lab Room. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. Come back and join me. I've got plenty more games to break down in week number 11 in the National Football League. See you. Big.